Ladies and gentlemen of this D-Class personnel group, everybody settled in? We're looking at SCP-472 today. Object Class, Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-472 is to be kept in the center of an empty locked cell measuring 37 meters by 37 meters or 122 by 122 feet. All personnel wishing to enter for research purposes must undergo a psychological evaluation and submit a research request before being permitted entry. Personnel should not remain within 18 meters, 60 feet of the stone for more than 5 minutes without being directly monitored by security personnel. Update 472-001. No personnel exposed to SCP-472 through Stage 6 of its effects may be allowed more than 4 consecutive minutes of further exposure without direct approval of Site Command. Update 472-002. Once every 60 days, 1 D-Class personnel must be exposed to SCP-472 for a period of between 10 and 27 minutes. Update 472-003. Due to biomass loss, no personnel may be exposed to SCP-472 for more than once in a 48-hour period without explicit approval by Dr. A. Jones. Description: SCP-472 is a red garnet of the pyrospessor type variety of unusual size, 1.8 carat. The phrase, "For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart," has been engraved in 2 mm or 0.08 inch high lettering on the stone surface. Relevance of the phrase is unknown. When any organism possessing a heartbeat passes within an 18-meter, 60-foot radius of SCP-472, that subject will begin to hear the distant beating of a heart within their head. The heartbeat heard directly corresponds with the subject's own heartbeat, with the frequency of the palpitations increasing or decreasing with the pulse of the subject. Prolonged exposure causes a variety of additional psychological effects. Stage 1. Onset 5 to 7 minutes. Low-level feelings of unease and anxiety. Effects cease immediately on vacating area. Stage 2. Onset 6 to 21 minutes. Gradually increasing feelings of anxiety and paranoia. Effects decrease on vacating area and cease within 5 minutes. Stage 3. Onset 18 to 27 minutes. High-level feelings of anxiety and paranoia. Subject begins to hallucinate. Report seeing the world around them tinged with red and hearing vague whispering noises. 27% of subjects also report strong feelings of guilt. Effects decrease within 20 minutes of vacating the area and cease within 60 minutes. Stage 4. Onset 34 to 59 minutes. Previous symptoms increase. Hallucinations become more vivid and visual. Frequent hallucinations include rivulets of blood trailing down the walls, images of dead bodies, thumping, screaming, and ambulatory corpse-like figures. 65% of subjects rendered mentally incapable of leaving the influence of SCP-472. Effects decrease within 60 minutes of vacating the area and cease within 3 hours. Stage 5. Onset 55 to 69 minutes. Previous symptoms increase. 100% of subjects rendered mentally incapable of leaving the influence of SCP-472. 38% of subjects exposed enter a state of catatonia. This state has a 76% fatality rate if subjects are not removed from SCP-472's area of influence. Effects decrease within 6 hours of vacating the area and cease within 24 hours. Stage 6. Onset 361 to 723 plus minutes. Surviving subjects now capable of leaving the influence of SCP-472, though many do not realize this unless prompted. Previous symptoms vary in degree of intensity and become sporadic, alternating with periods of lucidity indefinitely until subject leaves or is removed from the area. Effects cease within 24 hours of vacating the area. SCP-472 was recovered from the mansion residence of Redacted, a wealthy man living in Redacted. Foundation investigators were alerted by local reports of hauntings by domestic staff after Redacted was hospitalized by a fall. Mobile Task Force Delta 5, the frontrunners, was assigned to investigate due to possible connection to ongoing projects. Investigation narrowed down the origin of the anomalous effects to SCP-472, which had been prominently displayed in Redacted's jewel collection. Origin of SCP-472 is under investigation. Addendum 472-045. Effects of subsequent exposure. Subjects previously exposed to SCP-472's effects experience a cumulative 10 to 20% increase in the speed of onset of certain SCP-472's effects with each additional exposure. Eventually, subjects will immediately begin experiencing symptoms at Stage 2 levels, with Stage 3 occurring within 5 to 10 minutes. Stage 4 to 5 then occurs normal. Time of onset of Stage 6 is not affected and continues to occur no earlier than 361 minutes after initial exposure. Hallucinations begin to differ in nature when a subject is exposed to SCP-472 for more than 1 to 5 times. Subjects report visions of a massive growing collection of skinless organic material resembling animal as well as human organs, muscular structures, bones, though no recognizable bones, etc., joined together in a fashion that does not occur in nature. All subjects report multiple hearts beating within the biomass, sometimes dotting its surface. After the 5th exposure, all subjects report seeing this, whether or not previous hallucinations remain present or superimposed. Additionally, interviews with multiple exposure subjects, data expunged, anomalous information element, see documents redacted, and Interview 472-0165-B. SCP-472's object class has been upgraded to Euclid. Containment procedures are updated. Addendum 472-078. Area of Influence Conditional Increase. When no subjects have been exposed to SCP-472 for more than 5 minutes within a period of 2 months, its area of influence begins increasing by a rate of 0.5 meters, 1.6 feet per hour. Expansion is temporary, reverting back to the original 18-meter or 60-foot area of effect once a subject undergoes exposure. Addendum 472-130. Possible physical biomass presence. Further testing with subjects exposed multiple times to SCP-472, data expunged, indicating that the garnet stone classified as SCP-472 may be, in fact, the only visible portion of a much larger and continually increasing biomass existing in so-called transdimensional, data expunged, metaphor of the tip of the iceberg. Object class pending interview. Additional containment measures pending review. Addendum 472-135, subject biomass alteration. Data expunged. Subsequent testing of subjects exposed to SCP-472 indicates that all subjects experienced a 0.01 to 1.35% decrease in biomass with each exposure to SCP-472. Subjects remain unaware of this event. Containment procedures updated. All right, that was SCP-472. You are all dismissed.